We're back. So I had time to think about this and process this. And for those who love the Buffalo Bills, this is a rough morning. Not an easy morning whatsoever. They were close, as close as they've been 4 times in a row. That has got to be maddening. But some of the points that I had brought up, other broadcasters talked about it. And he has played flawless all year. Just a machine. And one of the things I had been talking about all year was he needs to be on a different team. And if they can't do that, they need new coaching, and he needs more pieces. He's just short. A couple pieces. Amari Cooper just wasn't enough. The other thing we got to remember, too, is this year, the Chiefs' defense was not as dominant as it has been in the past. But the offense is better. I love this one here. All right. Stay away from people that act like a victim in a problem they created. I love that. There were a lot of success stories this year. This is one of the teams that did phenomenal. With the pieces they had, they did great. But here's the thing. Justin Herbert has never won, up until this year, a playoff game. Ever. So, that happened. He has one now, right? In the wild card. This is an incredible stat as well, right here. Look at this. Most passing yards by a quarterback in the first 5 seasons. Unbelievable. Amazing. So they'll get more pieces this year. I think they'll be stronger. I don't know what's going to happen with the Steelers. They also need to retool, reframe again. But if you look at the Eagles, my God, they got Jalen Hurts, right? They've got Saquon Barkley. They've got A.J. Brown. Jason Dotson. It's deep. But you've got to feel for this guy. You have to. If you have heart at all, you have to feel for him and what he has been through this year. It's scary. It really is. And it came down to what I thought would happen. The Eagles. The Eagles just have depth. A.J. Brown showed up. He was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like far better than I had anticipated, right? Here's the thing, which is wild. Both of those teams, by week 14, if you look here, let's look at this stat together, okay? Had been in that grouping of teams that gave up the fewest points. But that game still was 30 points, right? So were they both battered, or were the teams just unstoppable, right? I love this. I love this here. Pick your coach. I would pick one coach, Andy Reid, and the coaches around Andy Reid. That would be my only choice. Today we're going to play some renditions by Suno. Just going to show you a little piece of artwork I made a while ago. Look at that there. Suno music. Some of the creations that we'll make today will be Suno as well. They both look very happy here. I don't think it's going to be the same. Yeah. Detroit was the favorite for the longest time. Now look at this. This is, I think, about week 14. Look at the rankings here. We got Detroit, we've got Buffalo, we got Philly, KC, Minnesota. Minnesota kind of did a belly flop. Green Bay also kind of just fell out of grace. Pittsburgh did okay. Baltimore was amazing. It all came down to one game. The Chargers turned it around, and so did Denver. So the Broncos looked, I thought, great this year, like where they had hope. And we always talk about the spiritual side of football here, always. And all these players right now, there's so many people wondering where they're going to end up. Because all these teams are going to find new personnel. Don't forget, we've got people from the draft coming in. It's going to be chaos for a while. Will this be the outcome right here this year? Will that become the outcome? Like, do they have the ability to win the Super Bowl this year? I think they do. How confident am I that outcome will happen? Not very. I really believe they've got this. I owe Jalen an apology. He looked great. His wheels look good. He did not look like someone who had a knee problem. Not at all. This is him smoking a cigar of some sort. But he just looks to me like an average guy. He doesn't. That's somebody that could just walk by you on the street. You wouldn't know that he was a professional football player. This is this just a picture? No, I can't put it on. But let's have a look here. All right. I think I'm going to play a tune. I'm going to get myself some water, and I'll be right back. This is let's see what I got here. Let's play this one. I like this one. Believe in Yourself. It's a great tune. Congratulations.
Until the end, enjoy the fruits and savor. Follow that inner flavor. Years to master any craft. Embrace the trip, don't drift that fast. Release the pain from your past. Feel the lightning at last. Listen to the energy. Move with ease and harmony. Future smiles on your face. Honor love with grace. Trust your voice, it's guiding. Through the storms and hiding. See your dreams with open eyes. Reach up past the skies. Believe in yourself, you'll find hidden treasures in your mind. Believe in you through and through. Strength will keep on shining through. Listen to the energy. Move with ease and harmony. Future smiles on your face. Honor love with grace. Stop.
All right, I planned that well. That's a rendering I did a while ago, and I never really played it much, but I like it. It's very mellow. I like the artwork. The artwork on it is beautiful. The videos that were made prior to V4 were better. The music now is better. So they've come a long way with the music. It's unbelievable. So we are going to just have a quick look here and look at recent. And this is something I retooled. This is one of the first songs I ever made, and it was on Udio. And then what I did was I transferred the lyrics and the prompts and made it on V4, and it is a totally different vibe. I barely recognized the tune. As a Nudio tune, I played it quite a bit. Here you go. This is a brand new rendering of an old song, so I guess you could call it a remix. Here you go.
So keep dreaming, never let go. In love's light, let your spirit flow. With kindness, we shape our fate. Together, let's illuminate. Keep shining your powerful light. Love is alive. Never stop dreaming about love. Never stop dreaming about hope. Dreaming is a beautiful state of consciousness. Dreaming and reaching for your secret passions for living. Sweet dreaming, divine dreaming. Angels are dreaming of a peaceful world. Dreaming, 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 dreaming. Crux buzzing, bassline stumping, 80s era forever jumping. From chic to Daft Punk's futuristic beats. Legends of funk and techno fill the streets. These icons of the past, their music and spirit forever last. In the groove of the 80s, their legends shimmer. Funk and techno pioneers, our hearts they glimmer. Legends of 80s, funk and techno, oh so bold. Beats and rhythms, a story told. Isley Brothers with a smooth soul sway. BB King's blues guitar lights the way. Legends of 80s, funk and techno, oh so bold. Their beats and rhythms, a story told. Smooth sway, boomy games hold. Michael Jackson, the king of pop's crown, moonwalking to rhythms that won't back down. Debbie Harry's voice, Blondie's call, echoing through the dance hall, standing tall. 80s legends of funk and techno, a dazzling sight. Their music takes us on a cosmic flight. Come function and slave, grooving in the night. Let the melody of kindness play. Unity is just a beat away. In the rhythm of hearts, compassion flows. Together we rise where love grows. Keep shining your powerful light. Keep moving your dancing flight. Love's energy shining so bright. Never stop dreaming of change. Never stop dreaming of peace. Dreaming is a journey where our spirits will cease. Dreaming of unity. Dreaming of joy.
Wow, that is a quick ending. Holy crap. So I'm just looking here at everybody has a different view of what happened and why it keeps happening to Buffalo, and they're saying it's inches and slight differences, and depending on the analysts, some are saying they need to retool, they need more dynamic pieces. They can't I thought they looked good this year. In comparison to years prior, they played well. I don't know if they could have done much better with what they had. Certain players just did not step up. Amari Cooper was not effective, right? Let's be real. Keon Coleman uh, didn't show. They were able to contain him. It was, I'd say, a 3 or 4 man show yesterday, and that's not enough. And that's the thing with the Chiefs. They have so many weapons, and they don't need to rely on 2 or 3 players. They have like 6 or 8 people who can get the job done. It's crazy. So the look is always different. You never know who's going to beat you. And don't forget, they got the greatest quarterback of all time. No matter what anybody says, we've got this MVP and we've got this, we've got that. You got to look at results. Stats don't necessarily cover it all. Brittany A. Winton, hi there. How are you? I haven't seen you in ages. We used to do karaoke back in the day. Back in the day, we used to do the old karaoke trail. Her and her dad. Her dad's a great guy. Great guy. I'm looking here at just a different vibe. People don't seem overly excited that it's Philly again, unless you're a Philly fan, right? I think it's going to be a very competitive game. Not to say Buffalo wasn't, but imagine they had the caliber of talent, even just some of it. Like if they had an AJ Brown, right? Or they had, a Saquon Barkley. Not to say that the pieces they have aren't amazing. They are, but they're not next level. The only thing that they have that is really next level and maybe the best is Josh Allen. Thank God he was healthy. I know his hand has not been right all year. He's had that, it almost looks like a cast on it. The wear and tear, the emotional fatigue would be unbelievable in that. But this is the fourth time they've done this where they've taken it to the brink and they've lost it in the AFC championships. This is the Chiefs' fifth Super Bowl since 2019. And the AFC championship was their seventh since 2018. That is a dynasty by any definition. Just don't try to duplicate it, what the Chiefs have put together lately. And they've had injuries, as every team has. I don't think I've ever seen as many injuries as I have this year. It's been crazy. I'm just going to have a quick look at my images here for a second. I'm excited about this. I love that there is, living to laugh. I see you there. Here is a wonderful human being right here. And I think he's going to do phenomenal in the future. And I think he has found a great landing spot. Do you know who this is? I'd be impressed if you did. Travis was emotional after the victory. He's really wanted this. I would not be shocked if he retires. If they win or don't win the Super Bowl, this might be his last season. I think he wants to start a family with. I think it'd be a mistake for him to stay. I think he's had enough wear and tear on his body. He has more than enough money. It's important to go out on a high. At least I think it is. He is. He's a very unique individual. and he has great skill sets. And I'm hoping in the future he will be able to dabble into acting. But they're fine. They've got the podcast. They got a bunch of things. People love you for a while. It's just the way that it is. A bond so true. I'll be right back. A little bit of country.
In a world of chaos, you're my steady ground. Your love unwavering, always around. Through the stormy nights and sunny days, your presence beside me in so many ways. Unconditional love, a bond so true. No matter what we go through, you're my rock, my guiding light. In your arms everything's alright. Through trials and trials, we stand strong. In your embrace, where I truly belong. With every heartbeat, with every breath, I promise you, my love knows no death. Unconditional love, a bond so true. No matter what we go through, you're my rock, my guiding light. In your arms everything's alright. Through highs and lows, we'll always endure. Our love is timeless, forever pure. Hand in hand, we'll face each day. In this journey of love, come what may. Unconditional love, a bond so true. No matter what we go through, you're my rock, my guiding light. In your arms everything's alright. In this symphony of love, our hearts entwined. Forever grateful that you are mine. Unconditional love, a gift from above. With you I found my forever love.
All right, we're back. We're back. So, in the last 8 Super Bowls, the Chiefs have been in 5 of them. Eagles 3, Patriots 2, Rams 2, 49ers 2, Buccaneers 1, Bengals 1. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I think the team, believe it or not, that they were most worried about, they got past. Because Buffalo has had the ability in the regular season to beat them. What do we got here? We got Roblox. Hello there. Good morning. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. It's awesome to have you here with us today. I think I'm going to blast my flora this morning. So, you know, a lot of people did not want this to happen. They were hoping that it would be Buffalo and Detroit. This is not the combination they wanted. But for ratings, oh my God, you can't beat this. This is unbelievable, right? For ratings, and you've got the Taylor Swift effect. Again. So that means there's going to be 2 million to 4 million, maybe more, screaming young girls who don't really care that much about football, but love Taylor Swift and love the story. I've had suspicions that she's pregnant. Just a gut. I know that's crazy. It's just a feeling that she is already pregnant and they haven't mentioned it. But this is the trophy everybody's looking for right here. Look at this one right here. The Vince Lombardi. So if you look here, this is Super Bowl appearances, okay? So we've got the Patriots with 11, Broncos with 8, Cowboys with 8, 49ers with 8, Steelers with 8, Chiefs with 7, Dolphins 5, Eagles 5, Giants 5, Packers 5, Raiders 5, Rams 5, Redskins 5, Bills 4, Colts 4, Vikings 4, Bengals 3, Seahawks 3, Bears 2, Buccaneers 2, Falcons 2, Panthers 2, Ravens 2, Cardinals 1, Chargers 1, Jets 1, Saints 1, Titans 1, Browns 0, Jaguars 0, Lions 0, Titans 0. Wow. Even the Saints have had 1. Jets 1. 1. That's crazy, right? And I believe that's the Joe Namath. So it's been a long time. It has been a long time. So these teams, man, oh man, would it be great just to be in the Super Bowl, fighting for it. And some people say people don't remember. I think people remember, especially if it's their team, because the heartache is so hard to go that far. 49ers just completely fell off the radar this year. They couldn't regroup, and yet they were so dominant the year before. They were the best football team for a little while. I would say this year the Lions were for a little bit. Who else was really hot for a while? The Saints. First couple games looked really good. I had high hopes for the Bears. That didn't work out. Falcons looked pretty good this year, I thought, at the beginning. Bills were really good, except for maybe a couple weeks where they got injured, I think. The Chiefs were good enough every week, and it was the same with the Eagles. It's almost like they're pacing themselves. They're like, we're not gonna bust ourselves out here. It's just not worth it. Nothing good is going to come from this. So I'm looking here. This is how much it's changed too. Let's just have a quick look. This isn't that long ago if you think about it. So we're looking here. This is week 12, and the Lions were dominating, right? Then the Bills, the Chiefs, Steelers. Steelers were on fire there for a while. Eagles, Ravens. And then I would say about week 15, 16, I saw the Eagles almost like turn the pilot light on the furnace. So this year, I would not be shocked to see the Bears do better. The Bears get a few pieces because they still got Baker Mayfield, who is believable. The Commanders, oh my God, how much better can they get if they get even another receiver? They get a few more line. They've got cap space. They should do amazing. So let's have a look here. This was The odds, and I think this is about week 12 as well, Josh Allen was number one at that time. Lamar Jackson, Jared Goff, Jalen Hurts, and Patrick Mahomes. Isn't that funny? And then you've got Kyler, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Brock Purdy, Jaden Daniels, CJ Stroud, and Sam Darnold. And that about sums up the really elite quarterbacks and the great quarterbacks. Elite are, of course, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow. And then after that, I'd say Jaden Daniels. Now, we can't forget playoff time. There's one quarterback, the best of the best, the GOAT, Patrick Mahomes. So don't think I'm snubbing him. That to me is now like a given. But the rest of the field, I don't think they'll ever catch up to his numbers in the playoffs. I don't know if anybody will. And don't forget, he's not even 30. Alexa, how old is Patrick Mahomes?
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Who were you asking about?
Patrick Mahomes, how old is he?
Patrick Mahomes is 29 years old and was born on September 17th, 1995.
Yeah, see? Alexa, how old is Travis Kelce?
This might answer your question. Randy Travis is 65 years old.
If you don't ask the question fast enough, you're done, right? That's so funny. That's okay. Alexa, Travis Kelce, how old is he?
Travis Kelce is 35 years old and was born on October 5th, 1989.
That is considered old, right? That is considered old. Alexa, who are some of the older quarterbacks in the NFL?
From oldest.org. Drew Brees is currently the second oldest active NFL quarterback after Tom Brady.
See that those are old stats. They're finding stuff in the vault. That's funny. And they do that. That's why you got to be careful of the information that you listen to, especially if you don't know the subject matter very well. All right. Here we go. Always remember, never reply when you're angry. Never make a promise when you are happy. Never make a decision when you are sad. Wow. So in other words, don't make a decision. Because we have a gamut of those emotions. I love this here. Never regret having a good heart. Everything good comes back to you multiplied. Just not necessarily from the source that you gave it to, right? I'm just curious to know how you guys feel about everything that's unfolding in the NFL. And how do you guys feel about the Swiftie effect? Silent Whispers, I hope you enjoy it. I love that track. It's very good. The Bills had a phenomenal season. They have nothing to be ashamed of. They played extraordinarily well. The Commanders also played fantastic. They also have nothing to be ashamed of as well. I wonder how Miami is going to do this year. We'll have to see. But the storyline for many years now, 4 in a row, Josh just is on a team that doesn't have enough to make it to the Super Bowl, to get past. And I always feel like we see the Super Bowl a week before. We always see the two best teams. One of the best games I think I've ever seen in my life was last year. This year was good, but last year was mind-blowing. And it always comes down to inches. It really does. I was amazed by Jalen Hurts, how good he looked. I thought he was great this year. He is constantly hurt, though. And that has been pretty consistent with him almost every year. He has multiple injuries. So I don't know if he is going to have the longevity. And these two guys consistently find ways to win. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. And it's been a long season. I think they have had a lot of hate put towards them this year. I feel bad for them that it hasn't unfolded necessarily the way they wanted it to. What is the likelihood, first of all, that they can win this year? Okay, what is the likelihood? How many changes will they have to make? And will Andy Reid, after this, still have the gas to do this? Like, this is all consuming, 24/7. Go, go, go. Crazyville, right? And we know there's only a handful of quarterbacks that are elite. Just a handful. This year, though, the rookies, oh my God. Drake May looked wonderful. Bo Nix looked wonderful. Michael Penix, wonderful. Jaden Daniels, mind-blowing. Caleb, okay. But I think that's more of his circumstances. I think we talked about a repeat. The very first week, multiple people in the Bell Kings were going, it'll probably be the Chiefs and Fly Eagles Fly. And by golly, it fell into existence again. And if you look at it, not much has changed in the AFC from the year before. It's the same teams that are competing. So you've got a bunch of teams that all they need, I want to be in a bunch, like 3 to 6. They just need a couple pieces and they can make the playoffs every year. And it goes to show you again, there are a lot of quarterbacks that are being overpaid. And we're going to see some huge changes, I think. And we may see some teams wanting to get out of contracts that they had signed. I love this tune, this next tune. This is Roots of Grace. Enjoy.
Plant the seeds of love and grace in hearts that know no haste, with hands that build and souls that lift. We make a world that's full of gifts, from city lights to winding trails. Strangers under starlit skies, our bonds grow strong, oh how they wise. Reach out, feel the morning's glow. Roots of grace, they help us grow. Stay in touch with those we love. Nature's healing from above. In forests deep where rivers play, we find the strength to face the day. It's in the rustle of each leaf we find our fears, we find relief. From mountain tops to oceans wide, we walk this path with friends beside. In every moment, every space, we see respect, we find our place. Reach out, feel the morning's glow. Roots of grace, they help us grow. Stay in touch with those we love. Nature's healing from above. Reach out, feel the morning's glow. Roots of grace, they help us grow. Stay in touch with those we love. Nature's healing from above.
All right, we're back. We're back, and we're just remembering some of the quarterbacks from past, right? We're looking at Drew Brees, Eli Manning, John Elway, Joe Madden, Steve Young, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Fran Tarkenton, Roger Staubach. And these are people who did very well after their career. We're talking football players, not just quarterbacks, sorry. Like, think of the money that the Madden video games have made throughout history. Unbelievable. The legendary NFL player is now a successful businessman and sportcaster. Over the years, Madden has had a successful career as a commentator, analyst on 4 major sports channels, including CBS. And his net worth before he died was over 200 million, which would be probably consistent with 400 million now. Unbelievable. Old money. So, people who live in Buffalo, how are they feeling this morning? Probably not great. I have too much light in here. Let's just have a look here. What do we got? Let's have a quick look here at this graph. This is wonderful. And that'll give me a second to change the lighting here. Just one sec, folks. There. All right. All right. You almost have to close the drapes, right? You just need just the slightest bit of light, and it's enough in here in the morning because it gets so bright. It's kind of cool how it does that. All right. I wish we saw more of Drew Brees, to be honest. I watched him in an interview and found him really very intelligent. Yeah, this is a while ago. See this here? Yeah. I think the best game was last year, guys. With Josh, that was just, and don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure Patrick Mahomes was not thrilled that they lost in the regular season, but you got to pick your spots. And there's only so much emotional gas to do these things, right? I wonder how much coverage will be on Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, inner excellence. We have just a few more minutes here before we wrap up the show. This sums it up, guys. This is when I tune in to Buffalo, this is what I see. Just, he had a great year. He was phenomenal. He really was exceptional. And at points, I would say the best quarterback from I would say probably week 12 to week 18. Him and Lamar fell short too. So, does he need to consider going somewhere else? Do they need to retool the coaching, or is it not going to matter? You just can't build a team that can outwit, outsmart, outplay the combination of Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. Is that a factor? And Stags. In Stags we trust. I know there are a lot of people that are like, oh God, not again. And Detroit would have been on fire, right? Literally with joy if they had made it to the Super Bowl. But they fell short. The Ravens fell short. The Steelers fell short, right? Was there upsets? I don't think so. I think it played out logically. If you look at it, if you look at through stats, I think a lot of people thought this would be the outcome. And for weeks. I had my doubts only because I thought Jalen was really hurt. But I saw him. He looked like he was still fast, still agile. And the tipping point of them maybe winning this year will be if Saquon can have his way. If he has a couple touchdowns, those long 60, 70-yard. I've never seen anybody do that. Derrick Henry was amazing this year, but all for naught. What did they need? Did they need Zay Flowers? Is that what happened? The Texans weren't even close. They made it, but they weren't close. Tampa Bay and the Commanders basically got outclassed. And I've been saying for, I would say, a month, 5 weeks now, the truly, if you go player by player, it is really hard to beat the all-star team of Fly Eagles Fly. The secret weapon, though, we all know, is Patrick Mahomes. Travis Kelce wasn't terribly effective in this game, but he was in the last game. I know that he is considering retirement. That is one of the hardest things to do. Aaron Rodgers, will he consider retirement? Oh, look who we've got here. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Have you tried Red Note, by the way? I think you'd like it. It's very friendly, kind people. It's a merging of a lot of people from TikTok going there. It has kind of a little bit of that Haps family feel. I don't know if you were ever on Haps, but I hope you're still making Suno stuff, even writing music. Not necessarily performing. I know you don't have the time for that, but I would love to hear more renditions of yours. And that's the one thing I love about, let's do community builders. I would love to see the communities that are on Red Note because they have such a deep fascination and love for AI music and technology, anything technology in China. They're obsessed. But they've embraced AI music now for about 10 years, different forms, and they've been dabbling with it in the studios. I would say probably 5 years. Community builders. Thank you for being here, Heather.
We build a town from hopes and dreams, not one of bricks and tightened seams. With open hearts, no room for greed, a place where love is all we need. Beneath the blue sky, hand in hand, we understand the common plan. No judgment here, just gentle grace. In every soul we see a face. Together we rise, build a better day. With kindness as our guide, we find a way. Compassion blooms where rough ground lay. In unity we light the dark and gray. Each one a pillar in this place. Every smile a warm embrace. We plant the seeds and watch them grow. A garden where we all can glow. The power's in the care we share. No lies, no fear, just spirits fair. We learn from what we see and feel. A tapestry of life so real. Together we rise, build a better day. With kindness as our guide, we find a way. Compassion blooms where rough ground lay. In unity we light the dark and gray. Each one a pillar in this place. Every smile a warm embrace. We plant the seeds and watch them grow. A garden where we all can glow. The power's in the care we share. No lies, no fear, just spirits fair. We learn from what we see and feel. A tapestry of life so real. Together we rise, build a better day. With kindness as our guide, we find a way. Compassion blooms where rough ground lay. In unity we light the dark and gray.
So I'm looking at some of the predictions by the analyst, and Connor Orr probably had the most accurate of anybody. A lot of them were way off. Everybody thought Aaron Rodgers would be the comeback kid. But Connor Orr thought Josh Allen would be MVP. He was close. Bijan Robinson would be probably the best back. TJ Watt would be phenomenal this year. Caleb would be the rookie. And then Ennis Rakeshaw Jr., I don't even know who that is. And comeback would be Joe Burrow. And he kind of did at the end. And then Jim Harbaugh, who was phenomenal this year. Very few people mentioned him. Then I'm also looking here at some of the other analysts, and their predictions at the beginning of the year were, again, Josh Allen, Max Crosby was going to have a great year, Bijan Robinson, Dan Campbell would be coach, comeback would be Aaron Rodgers, and who else? What else did they see here? Any of them really ridiculous? CJ Stroud would be MVP. That's a bold prediction. But here's where we're close. They said Derrick Henry. And Derrick Henry had a great year. Nick Bosa, not so much. Caleb Williams was okay. Kirk Cousins comeback. So I would say more strikes than... This one's fairly good. Not all of it's wrong. Patrick Mahomes, MVP, didn't happen because he peaked late. Aiden Hutchinson got hurt. Caleb. Dallas Turner. Wow. Well, Dallas did have a great year. Joe Burrow. And coach would be D'Amico Ryans. So that didn't happen. But he had an okay year. I think a lot of the problems they had nothing to do with him. Here's a name you should know. Michael Rosenberg. And he said MVP Patrick Mahomes, Jahmyr Gibbs would have a great year. Micah would have a great year. Marvin Harrison Jr., Aaron Rodgers, and Sean McVay would be coach. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you and all that you do. I hope that some of the outcomes that you wanted to happen this season happen. We are going to have another look at the matchup of Fly Eagles Fly and, of course, Patrick Mahomes and the crew. Thank you for being here. Please